Hello friends, welcome back. My name is Elias and I am originally from the tropics. So I always want to grow rare tropical fruits. And you might not know this, but at heart, I want to be growing in the tropics. But at last, I live here in Northern Virginia and I try to grow some weird things. So let me show you what can grow in your yard in a northern climate if you put a little bit of effort into. This is probably one of the most rare plants I'm growing this year. This is Jamaican hibiscus and I am growing it as an annual, and I bought the seeds from Southern Exposure Seed Exchange. This is a calyx and you make tea out of this and it tastes so delicious. These leaves are also edible and they are nice and sour. This is another of my rare plants. This is a glove artichoke and I have been able to perennialize this one right here, and this year it produced several artichokes, and these are obviously a little bit older now, but I save them for seeds. I hope that the seeds that this plant produces are a little bit more acclimatized to my zone, so hopefully next year I'll grow out the seeds and I'll get a crop here that gets better and better at growing in my zone. This plant right here is a canna lily and it looks so luscious and tropical. And I believe it's in the ginger family. It creates a rhizome and then it puts out these beautiful lush looking plants and they produce beautiful flowers just like this one. And doesn't this look like it belongs in the tropics? The other day I saw a hummingbird on one of these and it just reminded me of the tropics. Most canna lilies are not hardy to our zone, so what I have to do is dig these out in the fall and then put them in a bucket and put them inside my garage. The garage is unheated, but since the rhizomes don't freeze to death in the winter, they are able to be replanted and then you get these beautiful flowers that grow and look so nice. This is just another one of those canna lilies that I was telling you about. This is a red one and check out the beautiful flowers on this. This resembles a bird of paradise and that's the reason why I got into them. Now I'm able to save the seeds and grow them from seed as well. This plant right here brings joy to my life. This is a pomegranate tree that is hardy to Zone 7, Northern Virginia. This year I had a flower growing on it and I actually got it to get pollinated. Unfortunately, the little pomegranate fell and it's right here. And it's a little bit desiccated now, but that's okay because this tells me that next year I might have the pomegranate that I will have grown here in Zone 7A, Northern Virginia. This little herb right here is called culantro or Mexican cilantro. And it is so delicious. It does not taste like cilantro at all, but it's very aromatic and we like to add it to our soups. This might not be a surprise to too many of you, but figs grow in Zone 7A and they do really well. You just have to find a type that is hardy to your zone. For example, this Celeste fig comes back every year and the frost does not seem to kill the branches. If you get a fig, make sure that it is hardy to your zone. Look up USDA gardening zones and put in your zip code and you should be able to find out what your growing zone is. This Celeste fig or a Chicago hardy will be able to survive any frost that you get in your area as long as you are in Zone 7A. This plant right here is a brand new experiment to 2023. In 2022 I decided to grow some weird things and sugarcane was one of those things. I had seen sugarcane being sold at the Asian markets near my house and I was like, if I get one of those and I pre-sprout it in the winter months, then I'll be able to grow it out. And check it out, it is huge and it is growing some sugarcane. Look at the stem of the sugarcane. This is classic sugarcane and I think I'm going to be able to get some sweetness out of these very soon here. Unfortunately, they have not grown to be too big. These are probably 7 foot tall or so, but the cane itself only has like 5 or 6 segments each that are going to be edible. What I'm hoping to do is dig it out and then put it inside my greenhouse right here and hopefully take the root ball out in May of next year and plant it back outside and regrow the canes. We'll see what happens and I'll keep you posted on that. Back here I am growing my luscious tropical paradise and this is all canna lilies right here and these are hardy bananas. This one is Musa Basju and this one will survive the frost. In the fall I chop it down and I cover it with leaves around the trunk and then I get it to re-sprout and grow very big each year. This plant right here is about 7 foot tall, but this is one of my smallest bananas I have growing right now. The one I have growing back there, see it right here? That one's like 16 foot tall. And how about this beautiful taro I have growing here? This taro is huge. Last year I grew it in that area over there next to those bananas, and it was a little too shaded out, so it did not grow as big. So this year I am very hopeful that the taro is going to be huge at the bottom. And if it's not huge, that's okay, because I have been enjoying the view of this taro. This is me standing next to the taro. So this taro is over 6 foot tall, and check me out here. This is a crazy picture right here. I love it. And last but not least, this is my most pride and joy right here. My Musa Basju, the same one that I showed you over there. But these guys I have been taking care of for 3 years in a row now. And I have gotten it to get to 16 feet in height. And I'm hopeful that by covering the trunks this year, I'll be able to have it flower next year. And if it flowers next year, I'll finally be able to taste the fruit that people say is inedible. But a lot of people have their own opinions, and I want to have my own opinion about the Musa Basju. And it produces a small banana that is very seedy, but I'm thinking it's probably tasty. I also grow a passion fruit that is native to the United States and is also native to Virginia. This right here is a passion fruit vine, and check this little thing out. This is a nice little passion fruit. It is not as sweet as the one that grows in the tropics, but still it gives me that flavor of home that I'm always looking for. Wouldn't you want to grow these beautiful tropical looking flowers that are almost perennial to Zone 7? Last year I left some of the canna lilies out in the yard. Some of them died, but about 50% of them survived. So that means that this plant right here is becoming perennialized to my zone, which is perfect because I don't like digging them out in the winter to bring them into my garage. That makes a lot of work. So check it out. I am here under the canopy of my banana plants, and I feel like I am in the tropics. Next year the patch is gonna get slightly bigger, and I'm gonna dig out some of those pups and spread them around my garden because I want this place to look like I am in the tropics, my friends. Thank you so much for watching today, and I'll see you on the next one.